Have life ever just seemed hard? Like so hard that you just want to give up? There's been moments in my life where it seemed like everyone and everything was against me and I just simply could not get a break. See, we all go through different challenges, some heavier than others, but yet a challenge is still a challenge. But one issue that I see many traders have is the lack of capital to achieve their trading goals. Now, for some people hearing this, they will argue with me that that's not a real challenge. But see, I would like to push back and say, what if your back was against the wall and this trading thing was the only hope that you had in order to get to your next level financially? Would you still see this as not a real challenge? Or what if I told you that this trading thing would be the thing to buy your next home, to buy you a vehicle, to get you out of debt? Or maybe it's this thing that saves your family. Maybe it's not your family, maybe it's someone else's family. Now, for many of us, I think we take a lot of things for granted because we have so many different options to go left or to go right, to do this or to do that. But see, there's some people out there that don't have as many options as you. And so today you're going to hear about someone that didn't have many options. Today I'm going to read you something about a widow whose back was against the wall. And she only had one thing that could save her family. And for some of you, this one thing is trading. So look, let's get into our read today. It's going to be mind-blowing, going to be life-changing. I'm going to give you guys a formula that can absolutely change a few dollars into thousands, if not millions of dollars. All right, y'all, so look, we are going to be reading from 2 Kings chapter 4, starting at verse 4, and we're going to go all the way down to verse 7. All right, so just throughout this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you guys the profound story. This story has so much to it. It was so hard for me to tell myself that I was just going to focus on what I need to focus on for this video, because this story has so much life in it that could change our life in so many different aspects. Okay, but again, I am going to try my best to focus and to stay on point, stay on topic, because I believe that this formula can change your life, can change your trading life, or maybe it's not you in trading, maybe it could be a different business avenue where you just have a little, but yet you're looking for God to move in a way that gives you an abundance. Sometimes it just starts with the thing that you do have, turning that into something that could be life-changing. All right, so look, let's get into our read. The wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elisha, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditor is coming to take my boys as his slave." Guys, the first thing that we see right here is despair. Despair. This woman back is against the wall. Her husband has died, and these creditors are coming back to take her 2 boys unless she pays her debt. Mind you, this does not mean that she made the debt herself. It says when her husband died, that's when the creditors came back. Men, women, this is the importance of us having an inheritance for our kids. This is the importance of us recognizing that we're going to someday die, and that what we leave behind, whether it's good or bad, will have some sort of consequence or a gift or a blessing for the ones behind us. So let's try to focus on creating something that could be establishment. Maybe we were married for our wife or for our husband, or our kids if we have kids, or maybe it's not our wife or kids. Maybe it's just a sister, a brother. Try your best to create an establishment so that they can have a better life even once you passed. But I digress. I told you I'm going to have to really focus on this. Elisha replied to her, "How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house? Your servant has nothing there at all." She said, except a small jar of olive oil. Elisha said, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into all the jars, and as each is filled, put it to one side. She left him and shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars was full, she said to her sons, bring me another one. Y'all, we just stopped at verse 5, but we're going to continue reading. We have two more. We stopped at verse 6, but we're going to go over the last verse. But first, let's take a moment and think about what we actually just read. Elisha says, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars, these jars. And he says, don't ask for a few. Listen, some of you right now have some amazing oil. All right. Matter of fact, we're going to get to the whiteboard. All right. Let's get to the whiteboard so you guys can actually see what I am trying to give you guys, so you guys have a visual. All right. So Elisha is essentially saying to the widow, look, go and sell your oil. And as traders, it is our duty as well, especially when we don't have much. It is our duty to go out and sell our oil. And so I know you're like, Kirby, how can I sell my oil? What does that mean? What even is the oil? What is the oil that I have? I'm going to show you right here. All right. So this right here, oil, this represents your skill. Go out and sell your skill. So your oil represents skill. In this, as a trader, your oil is your skill. Okay? But just as Elisha told the woman, look, go get jars. And don't ask for a little bit. Go get a lot of jars. And for you and I, if we don't have much, if we just have our skill, then what we need to do is go out and get some jars. Now, Kirby, what can jars represent? What can hold my skill? What can take my skills to the next level? Where is a place that if I put my skill to it, I can get to the next level financially very quickly? This woman, the Bible says that as they poured, as they got jars, they just kept pouring, and it just kept pouring, and it just kept pouring, and it just kept filling up jar after jar after jar. Why? Because God did not allow the oil to run out. All right. And for some of you, you have such a good skill that it won't run out. The only thing that's missing is the jars. Okay. So Kirby, where can I place, if I don't have much money, I don't have much capital, I don't have thousands of dollars, but yet I have a desire to make thousands of dollars in this trading thing, where can I place my oil? Where can I place my skill? And I want to show you where your jar can be put, what your jar looks like. Prop firms. Prop firms. Guys, for some of you, your oil right now, for all of us as traders, our oil is skill. But for some of us, we have our own jars. That means that we have enough capital that can take us to the next level each and every day that we trade, right? Can take us tremendously to another level because we have thousands and thousands of dollars, right? But for some of us who only have that one jar, maybe that one jar that's already in the house for you is $100. It's $100, it's $110, maybe $200. But you are looking to pay debt. You're looking to take care of your family. This woman, she was in despair. This woman, listen, she had to make enough money so that her boys can be saved, so her boys wouldn't be slaves. You're talking about a person whose back was against the wall and she only had one jar of oil in the house. And for some of you right now, again, you might only have $100. You might only have $1,000. You might only have $2,000. Whatever that is for you, whatever that one jar is, listen. So your jar is your prop firm, okay? Your jar is the prop firm. You have to go out and sell your skill and allow your oil to flow and get in these prop firms. So I'm going to give you a formula today, okay, that can turn your $100, can turn your one jar of oil into thousands of dollars, potentially millions if you do it the right way, all right? So I'm going to give you that formula today that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Listen, I shouldn't be giving you this formula. All right, this is what I give to my clients that I mentor, my clients that I coach, that pays thousands of dollars for. And I'm giving it to you guys for free. I'm going to give you the oil in jar formula. All right, so let's do it. So let's do it. Look, I'm gonna put the name on it. Oil, so you know, oil in jar formula. All right, this is the oil in jar formula. So right now, what you have in your house. Elisha asked the widow, "What do you have?" She said, "I only have this jar of oil." What you guys have right now, if you don't have much capital, let's just use $100. What you have in your house, what you have in your pocket is just $100. You only have $100 to spare. So let's just say you're going to start with $100. It's all you have. You have $100. Well, so you can go out there and get a prop firm, and the prop firm, let's say the prop firm costs $100, right? So prop firm costs $100. So I'm gonna write cost $100, right? So what is a $100 prop firm? What can it get me? A $100 prop firm for some prop firms can get you $10,000, maybe even $12,000. But today we're going to just focus on the $10,000. So let's just say $10,000. So boom, you with your $100, you pass the prop firm, you make 6% for some. If it depends. If you're doing a one-phase challenge, you can do it for 6%. If you're doing a two-phase challenge, you have to make 10%, right? But so we can just use a two-phase challenge just because it gives you some more room, right? I'm not saying this is something you have to use. You can use the one-phase challenge as well. But let's just say, you know, this $100 is $10,000. Boom. $10,000. So it costs $100 and it's going to get you, you're going to make $10,000. All right? So what does this look like? So once you pass, you have to make 10%, right? And I know for some of you, you already know how to go, but I'm still gonna explain. So once you pass, you then receive $10,000, but you can lose 10%, right? So what is 10%? So what's the most you can lose? Let's just say, I'm trying to figure out a way that we can say subtract. Let's just subtract, okay? So this is subtract. You cannot lose no more than $1,000. All right, you cannot lose no more than $1,000, but what you can make is invincible. So where you had only $100, you go out and you buy you a prop firm for $100. You then pass your prop firm. That is going to be the key. You pass your prop firm. Once you pass your prop firm, you now have turned this $100 into $1,000. From you just passing a challenge, right? And here's the fascinating part, is that once you build your account past 10%, the second go around, once it's your live account and you have made once you have made 10% again, guys, at that point, it's just free game. So essentially, you have just turned your $100 into $1,000 by simply passing a test. All right. Now, for some people, this $100, they would love to trade with this, right? They would love to trade. But I personally, I don't want to have to risk $10, $15 in order to scale up, because my goal is to scale up quickly, right? So I will go out, turn this $100 into $1,000 by getting a $10,000 prop firm, Now, what's the goal? So Kirby, what's next? At this point, you can begin to risk, depending on your strategy and depending how good you are, you can start risking, let's just say anywhere between $80 to $100. We're just going to use $100 for high end, right? Let's just say $100. Let's say you start risking $100. Well, guys, once you reach $100, like once you reached your prop firm and you are risking $100, guys, your goal at that point is to make $500. Okay. For some of you, if you're going for 2 to 1s, well, that might be 2 to 3 trades that you take to reach your $500. So your next goal from you being able to trade with your $10,000 account, you want to turn this into $500. Okay. So your goal, I'm gonna say goal, $500. This is your goal. You're trying to make from this $10,000 your prop firm, you want to now make $500 in your live account. All right. Boom. And we're running out of room, everybody. We're running out of room. So look, let me erase this, and we're going to use this area here. So with this $500, what's the next step? You then want to go out and get another prop firm, okay? And you want to get another prop firm that costs $500, i.e., that's why we're going to make $500, okay? Now think about this. Once you made this $500, you still have this live account. It hasn't went anywhere. This is still a source of income for you. You've still been able, when you only had $100, you now can start risking $100 on every trade, right? And this could take maybe 2 to 3 weeks for some of you guys to pass these challenges, right? So let's just say, you got $500. Now I want you to go out and get another funded account. But this time I want you to go get a funded account that is worth $100,000. Okay, and most $100,000 accounts cost $500. All right, maybe a little more taxes and all that, but we're going to just say $500. So $500 would then equal to 100. Completely did that terribly. $100,000. So now you have a $100,000 account. You went from $100 to now $100,000 in prop firm, being able to trade prop firm capital. But of course, there's still some rules and regulation with this. You can only lose but so much. You can only lose 10%, right? So that means that you can only lose $10,000. So let's say that you can only lose $10,000. Boom. Well, guess what? If you wanted to say, I just turned $100 into $10,000. Either one, $100 to $100,000 or $100 to $10,000. What is that? What is that saying? That is saying that you have now used your oil, the 1 jar of oil that you have, and turned it into thousands of dollars. So now where you was feeling despair, didn't know how things was going to get paid, you are now being able to cut debt, take care of things. Right? Because now you can start risk $500 to $1,000 per trade, y'all. Per trade. So what am I saying? Whenever I say, okay, you can risk $100 to $500 to $1,000, y'all, imagine you waking up and you're saying, listen, I'm about to risk on this trade $1,000. I could do this comfortably. Why? Here's the beauty. This $100, you already made this money back and more. So all you're doing right now is like trading with house money, okay? You're trading with house money. You're not even trading with your money anymore. You already returned your money back. You already got your money back. Whenever I'm saying you're risking $500 to $1,000, imagine you getting up and you're saying, listen, I'm about to risk $1,000 today and I'm looking to make $2,000. A 2 to 1 for you is $2,000 that day. A 3 to 1 for you is $3,000 that day. For some of you, that's going to pay your whole bills for the month. And it all started with you using your jar of oil, you using your $100. Now, Elisha told this woman, Keep going out. Don't ask for just one. Ask for many. Guys, you can get many of these. You can get many prop firms from many different companies. You can ask the company that you do like to use if you can have another one or have 2 or 3 with their company. You can just go out and spread and diversify the companies that you use to get these prop firms. So now where you just have $100,000, now you might have $200,000. Now you might have $300,000. And guess what? It started with a $100. All right. So we're gonna just leave this on the board. Maybe you guys can keep looking at it. But let's go back into what Elisha said at the end. That is just mind blowing. Okay. So what Elisha says then, he says, they brought the jars to her and she kept pouring. When all the jars was full, she said to her sons, bring me another one. But he replied, there is not a jar left. Then the oil stopped flowing. Okay. She went and told the man of God, and he said, go sell the oil and pay your debts, and you and your sons can live on what is rest. Listen, whenever we are using our oil, we can use our oil to pay for things and also use the oil. And when I say oil, I'm saying our skill. We can use our skills to pay for our life. We can use our skills for us to have an enjoyment of life, right? So again, so some of you, maybe your bills is $3,000 for a month. Imagine you getting up, making $3,000, being able to pay your bills and live off the rest. Isn't it just mind-blowing, fascinating whenever we apply the principles of the word to our life? That God has given us so much in his word that can bless our life, but not just ours. For right here, this widow, Elijah helped this widow see what she had that saved her kids, y'all. They saved her kids. Now, I want to point something out to you that she did, though. She, in verse 5, chapter 4, verse 5, she says, the word says, she left him and shut the door behind her and her sons. Listen, we have to shut the door behind us. A lot of time, life and circumstances seem like they scream at us so loud, and we have so many distractions. Go and shut the door. Go and lock in. Go and focus. Go focus. Go to a place and focus. Get rid of the noise. Get rid of all the noise. Get rid of all the distractions. Who don't believe in you? Who does believe in you? Everything, even whenever the bills seem like they're getting loud, stay focused, because you have to understand that there is an end goal, that it will not stay the way it has been staying for long or forever. Okay? So I believe in y'all, and I pray that God just blesses you all, and that you will begin to see and allow your oil to flow, allow your skill set to take over the marketplace. Sell your skill sets to these companies that have billions of dollars, and you can take advantage of it. And then the beauty part is you can eventually start creating your own jars. What does that look like? You can now start using your own capital to trade with. Now you're not worrying about going to get jars from anyone else. You're not worrying about going to get prop firms. Why? Because you have now built up enough capital to create your own business, to create your own industry, to create your own structure, your own city of trading accounts. That is all yours. Okay. But listen, use your jar. I want you guys to use the jar right now. Use your oil right now, because I believe it can bless your life. I've seen it bless others' life. All right. So God bless y'all, and I will talk to you all soon.